Hey guys, it's Carry On, and you must be wondering, I have not talked about this, and I need to get this off my back permanently. So, so, so you maybe remember me from the Bloodhound account, and some people are calling me a fake, and that I'm still on the channel, the previous channel. Problem, no, I am not on that channel anymore because I don't I don't I don't want to become unstable again. And yes, I was unstable at the time, and I was showing my real face. I know. I am very sorry, and I deeply apologize for the actions that what I did. And I know, but a friend told me this: keep the face private. And keep the personality private permanently, and that's why I retired of making videos. But I have moved on to a music video. Well, making music videos for my channel, and yes, and yes, I'm gonna admit I was pretty unstable, and I know, but I'll explain you the reasons why I was being that way. Because one, I was autistic at the time, and I didn't know anything. What the hell is going on? Two, if you saw those live streams of certain teacher at the middle, a certain teacher that I mentioned, I am so deeply sorry about that. I thought I had the chance to get rid of the stream, but it was too. I can just say it was too late. It was too late for me. My old phone broke, and the new phone that I'm using is a Samsung Phone 5. It's not an iPhone. No, no, no. It's it's an Android Samsung phone. And if I ever go on a stream, if you see me echoing, then I know I can take care of it. You know, and yes, I'm gonna admit I was pretty unstable at back in the day. I was unstable, but this year I'm better now. Just so you know. And let's just say Red Star had a downfall, and that was back when I was friends with him back in the time, since 2022 into 2026. Let's just say he did pretty some ratty things, some rash things back um, at this time. And Jack and Strick, they both got consequences, but not Strick, not Stricky Boy. I don't blame him, but Jack, he was, but he is facing the consequences as same as Red Star. Yeah, but I'll explain about Red Star. If you guys haven't seen that video about Red Star, well, so fast 4449 or 4444. Let's just say he is a messed up individual, and he done some pornography things, and there's a document that gone on Discord, and it's being handled in a sort of way. And the downfall of Red Star is just still continuing until it's over, until he quits. And I'm not gonna go after him anymore, which is gonna be a waste of time and a waste of my breath. And I'll admit, he's a pedophile. Which is, I was friends with him a certain amount of time, just so you know. I was friends with him in 2022, 23, 24, 25, and 2026. So I was friends with him for like 5.5 years, or 4.5 years, or 4 years now. And now I'm not friends with him anymore, and I cut ties. And he manipulated me using the SoFastD account. If you've seen him in your Discord server or on a group chat, just please kick him out, remove him, block him, ignore him. That's all the advice I can tell you. If and he had shown his face multiple times in his private stream, which is I'm not going to talk about. Let's just say he's messed up in the head, and it's been going down the drain ever since. And he is unstable, and I pray for him that he can do better. If not, then it's over. And he was begging the fourth time what I heard. You cannot make your way into a fourth chance. 3 strikes and you're out. That's how it works. And to be honest, on the recent 2 channels, on the main channel, the Bloodhound, the Hammerside Transbus, let's just say I was very messed up too, and I was very unstable back then, and I was showing proof of mic, and I should not have to, and I sort of, I don't know anymore. And yes, I was unstable, and I was messed up with Marlton Johnson, which is I should not have to begin with, and I admit. But this year, 2026, I grown past that. That was back then I was young and a kid. And now I'm a minor. Well, still a kid, but I'm a minor now, and I'm gonna become an adult here in a few years. In 2 years, I don't know. Or you can say adult, and I'm a senior, not a junior anymore. The junior thing was back in middle school and elementary. The elementary school was a starter. Middle school was a junior. High school, into grade 11, now I'm a senior. Well, kind of senior. So, I do admit, I did show my real face on my old channel, and very old one, which has 1,000 subscribers, something. And you cannot really blame me. And I did admit, and I'm gonna get this off my back, and I'm gonna get this off my back here and right now. You can't really blame me for nothing. you can't really blame me. Like, I was very messed up. I was very unstable. And then, and that's when I wasn't controlling myself, and that's when I was gay or bisexual. I think I was bisexual back then, which is, you can respect me on that. Which is, you can't even hate me because I'm autistic still, and I have an allergy to seafood, and I'm not gonna say the rest, and I'm not gonna say my personal things. I'm gonna say what I'm allergic and what I'm and and I have a hold on, I'm trying to think. And I do have a zodiac sign of a zodiac or a zodiac sign. I don't. No. Yeah. My zodiac sign was Sagittarius at the time, and I do have a fear of claustrophobia and germophobia. Well, and people have been calling me by my real name, which is I keep personal, and some people did not keep it personal. In my real name was uh, well, my real name is Cody, but I'm not saying my full name, just my first name. And people get very confused of Cody Burns, which is I'm not that. No. And also, all the things I admit there, you cannot blame me. If you want to expose me, go right ahead. I don't really care. Which if you're not going to expose me or say bad things to me, just I don't blame you. If you do support me, I don't mind. Which is, I'm a very reasonable person. I'm neutral with it. And I did had a very sad life and very depressing life, and my family members been passing away. Just like my father. My father had passed away back in 2022, and I was very unstable at the time, and now I'm living with my mother in an apartment in a different house because I do live in an apartment, which is I'm not gonna say what street name and no, haha, no, I'm not, no. And also I did get brick rigs, and I'm on laptop, and you can see the buses behind me, and the truck, and the yeah. So that's all from me, and and I I hope you guys understand what I'm saying, and you can respect me. I don't really mind, and and it looks like, and it sounds like I'm like, well, you know, it sounds like I'm not a nut type of caring person, but but thing is, I love kids. Because my future is becoming a school bus driver, which is that. If I'm going to become a school bus driver, I'm going to have to take my driver's test first, which is autistic, and I'm going to have to, and I need someone with me in the car, and or I'm, which is the DTI is not very far away, and I'm not going to say my district name. I'd like to keep it personal. So that's all from me. Bye.